Yeah, and yankwaye raka no furata ne nsɛm ɔde to dwa no ne mmɔbɔ so bi na afei yɛntumi ɛnhyɛ nkɔmɔtwetwe no ase ɛnkyɛnɛ yɛ raka no furata ne nsɛm ɔka ne tɔfa bɔ no no ayi bi ɛde agu ha na ɔse on the first slide ɔde ɛba adwa so ɔse on 11th March 2020 the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a pandemic. This moment has marked a defining globally. Here in Ghana, we recorded our first 2 cases on 12 March 2020. His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo immediately put together a task force which spearheaded the development of a bold, comprehensive and decisive strategy to ensure that we are not overwhelmed by the pandemic. Yura Kenofrata, Ocean San so say aya afi 2020, a March Bosomeno and a Wiasi Kubata, and if I have day and some so a year March Bosum and Tosudubako. Adebetu just say yadia COVID-19 yadia abebi asia fananyina na yenso so yadia ni bedu Ghana ha say year 12 March and Ghana year record bi and 11th March a year World Health declare no COVID-19 is a pandemic no the next day and Ghana yes recorded 2 cases of COVID-19 e Ghana and watch no man peni de hihye egu akwam se be yadia no MFI putupuru na what they are not to share, I will say the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the economy of Ghana was assessed and measured designed to address its immediate impacts. However, the impact of the pandemic was even more severe than anticipated, both globally and domestically. It has upended and exposed the weakness in critical structures and systems in education, health, economic life, and communities. The pandemic triggered a sharp and heavy disruption in global supply chain as lockdowns and restrictions led to reduction in demand and production level. Now, ochese yade no said the na ye hwe anim se be sia ne chese efa putupuru kra ma fi kra de boro ya dwene ne enti ase so ekofo haw ne ama ne bibre de be sikasem ewiase afa na nyina ye ngomasua ya pomodin sem ene sikasem ene se bio ye dwadi edi nyina no kofa nsusu asobo ne ede ebai. Or say this has required us to undertake major fiscal measures beyond what we programmed prior to the pandemic to finance the additional expenditure, such as support to household engagement, in additional health personnel deployment of security personnel at our borders to ensure the COVID-19 protocols, as well as the procurement of personal protective equipment. Government has had to adopt major fiscal measures to accommodate the increased expenditure and the shortfalls in revenue. Though our response was bold, decisive, and compassionate, it has also been costly. Now, see a coba the san, about so to anamo, and the shahudu guaquemo, a be any say of Jumafua. Now, we are Juma Pomdia say, Dodora, Edom Quay, Bambo Foy, Edo Mokoya, Boda, Hodo, some quay say, on my board by Naya, didn't me from and Hodoso, into me, Emma, Cadia, Mube, here, they do Mujuma Bomb, Benina, a Bino, Edinina, Eguaquemo, a womb, say as to Sudie, a baby as a Sika, Kohoma Sika, and I see Sika, Kaya Boyano, a Cosro, a Sans, and 9 years as I do a Babatuye. During the presentation of the 2020 mid-year fiscal policy, I indicated that the supplementary request included a program funding of 19.3 billion from various funding sources to support the budget both directly and indirectly. On the expenditure side, an amount of 11.16 billion Ghana cedis was programmed for COVID-19 related expenses. The difference of 8.14 billion was programmed to provide for shortfall in revenue. Also 2020, Abanako Mexico the Banesca when you say Ghana scope pay a year doom 19.3 billion and now about 19.3 billion. No, Sika buy so they call COVID-19 then on 11.16 billion and now share any muntia budget no Sika shortfall, but be a shortfall by is about 8.14 billion Ghana cedis in revenue. In 2021, the budget program a total amount of 4.6 million for COVID-19 related expenses. It's worth noting that the Ministry of Finance mobilized the needed financial resources whilst the various COVID-19 intervention and related expenses were implemented by the relevant sector ministries and agencies. Also, after 2021, Sika Amanyosem they call 4.6 million Ghana cedis COVID-related expenses. Chesanyama hudo mube here at the aboma COVID-19 connect me across or by a share hodwa or minadins our so obiasa Canadian to mitigate the impact of the pandemic on businesses and households, ensure that economic activities recover and minimize job losses. Government mobilized 18.19 billion Ghana cedis out of the program 19.3 billion in 2020 from various funding sources. Was it said ye na nkrofo hwiro madwuma na nkrofo adwuma enwunti no abai epesika na esum 18.1 billion Ghana cedis out of a year 19.3 billion na omo edi eko budget no se ode beboa ama se de be enwuma ko betima adwuma na so. Government program funding of 1,203,750,085 Ghana cedis and 70 pesos from the contingency fund to finance coronavirus alleviation program. This program focused on achieving 5 key objectives. Or say abai ska sum 1.2 billion Ghana cedis. Enyama num na ban this na so de they didn't kind limit and stop the importation of the virus. Say ebesi ano kwan na yade ni from manone emayememu. 2. Contain the spread. The tosuminu yade na bedu emamu akra say entretre enko nipadudu emu. 3. Provide adequate care for the sick. Omo amanye yade ni bisuso abai ehweso betibi aboma pomdia esombo. 3. Limit the impact of the virus on social and economic life. Now we say so so bonia sa yade we di abano enye kese ewo yedada asetremu. 5. Inspire the expansion of our domestic capability and deepen our self-reliance. Abaye so we say o tretre yankwa ba mu se de be eni abetimi ada ho so ne yakoatia say ade no. Enti sai ska banko yiye yes 1.2 billion Ghana cedis coronavirus alleviation program cap no the abansi or the yeni. Or say the Ministry of Health also led the preparation and implementation of the emergency preparedness and response plan, which was financed with funds from the World Bank. An amount of $230 million was secured from various facilities under the World Bank to support the implementation of COVID-19 emergency preparedness and response plan. Was say abayin GCK free World Bank or $230 million Nina say boa ma banju media wodi ye de so COVID-19 ya de no sika abayin eji no. An additional financing of $200 million was also secured in 2021, largely from the acquisition and deployment of COVID-19 vaccines to support other sources of financing of the vaccination program under this plan. After 2021, was say abank kwaje bosia anasa abank kwaje sika sum 200 million ye de bi koto nru de beboae said de be ya de bitimi aso ano e wo man Ghana mu. In addition to all the above sources of fund, other funds were sourced to support the budget. This includes 1 billion from the International Monetary Fund, 10 billion from the Bank of Ghana, COVID-19 expenditure statement to Parliament, $69.3 million from African Development Bank, and 99.7 million from the European Union. Also, they are not to chance so abai enya $1 billion free International Monetary Fund IMF, Ghana, Bank of Ghana, also my 10 billion Ghana cedis. African Development Bank, so my $69.3 million, and after European Union, and so my $99.7 million. Also, through our well-designed plan and the internal and external fund we mobilized, government provided support to the frontline health workers, protected livelihood and jobs losses, demonstrated care to the vulnerable in society, and supported small businesses. Mr. Speaker, it must be noted that the status of our utilization of the fund to finance the COVID-19 measures exclude funds of the National COVID-19 Trust Fund and the Ghana Private Sector COVID-19 COVID-19 fund. Oche say sika nyina abanje no aban keka no sase de bibua se de be ya dada setina abrabo be koso na nkrofo enwuma enwuo na omo a muni bie wo yema musoso watimi abo omo ankrankra enwumakuo enketo asoso aban esupport omo na emom sankuntabu ya woka nyina no eye COVID-19 trust fund de sai sika na koto ne bi enka ho ana fe Ghana private sector omo soso foto omo to yese omo de bi tumi de aboa COVID-19 no eno hunkuntabu de enka we ho. For the year 2020 and 2021, the program expenditure amounted to 15.763.48 million Ghana cedis for the COVID-19 related expenditures, out of which the actual utilization was 12.036.41 billion Ghana cedis in 2020, a total amount of 11.162 million. This includes the cap was programmed for COVID-19 related expenditure. Out of this amount, a total of 8.122 million Ghana cedis was utilized. The amount was utilized to provide support to household, supply equipment, and provide relief to health workers, health infrastructure, security operations, evacuations, quarantine, and coordination, economic relief, stabilization, and revitalization, and COVID-19 complementary releases. As sika ba so eya fi 2020 kwezi 2021 sika na sum 15.7 million ana ba ni so de bo COVID ho ka na ni nyina mu no sika no mu 11.162 million ana ba ni use ye including COVID-19 alleviation programmer eno me de ba yetwa ne ti aka ne cap no na ni nyina mu no sika abare yi a odi ye adwuma na 8.12 million US dollars ebi ana ye de to mfidie ebi ne de ba aka de ma adwuma form ye adwuma ayasabia ebi ne de ye ayasabia infrastructure bambofo omo a wose ekoyi omu firi amahodo so de omo by evacuation quarantine omo quarantine omo afi economic relief ye de bo ase amanfo dada sitrem ntimi nkoye ni nyina seska no efiriwe semo. A total amount of 4,601,000 was programmed in 2021 budget for COVID-19 related expenses. At the end of December 2021, total utilization was 3.914.40 million, representing 85% utilization. Was 2021? Aban sika o ESM kwade book of the ho kano na 4.6 million. So afini kwa na wie no sika aban use na 3.9 ohama bopen de otwe enum na chese aban no di adwuma. Na obewie po 0.14 no aha no ankomo no bi was say I wish to dispel the notion that there has been inconsistencies in government data on COVID-19. His Excellency the President intimated during that State of the Nation's address on 30th March 2022 that we had mobilized about 70.7 billion Ghana cedis since 2020 to fight the pandemic. We have subsequently reconciled the data, and I can report that as of end May 2022, we have mobilized 18.19 billion Ghana cedis to mitigate the effect of the pandemic. Again, when His Excellency the Vice President indicated on 7th April 2022 at the National TESCON Conference that Ghana had spent 8.1 billion Ghana cedis on COVID-19, it was within the context of expenditures for 2020, as I have already indicated. Was seen same year as Ghana focus say we Canada, Omampini Canada, Vice President Canada, or same Omampini Kokan State of the Nation at the 30th March, or can say Yadani by Aboka 17.7 billion Ghana cedis. Na ahano ena bibuoko for Omampini asimoka Omampini was straightforward. Said we have spent, was it according to the data from the data from Ministry of Finance, we have spent 17.7 billion Ghana cedis. This is what the President told Parliament on 30th March 2022. But here, the Finance Minister is also saying, the President says, we had mobilized about 17.7 billion. The difference between the meaning of mobilization is no same as spent. mobilization as sika ya agege 17 billion, but the Omampeni was emphatic, straightforward. So we have spent, Omampeni do can say, Kaya Bo, Sisian 17.7 billion. After so see Dr. Muhammad Bomiasimo Koka, April, a brat test confujuma do Kokasa, I say, a bank car wabo convenient to 8.1 billion. Now, Oka a car, ban a boy, after 2020 pay. Achese 2021 eso so enka ho etiera kenufrata and an insimo de betu dwane mo boso nyina ani that is what me actually e dey be do champagne soup. So the question we ask ourselves say, is this what we ask for? Ye Ghana for ye hwe animu parliament ye hwe animu speaker of parliament ye hwe animu elinti for 2 consecutive times finance minister escape ana so we dey parliament wanko enti ye pa kuntabu nyina ni enie. This according to finance minister. Now the parliament is saying, speaker of parliament is to say, omonko wati abejoku eya abejoku omohwe apomden samso ene abejoku he sika samso so omonko tenase no mundo nsuko enduedue monko esampa sika no nkuntabu no de buy na esisi eni ana. But the question I ask myself say, is this the proper account Ghana for ebetimi hu the COVID-19? Sika dodo a ebaye baby a disca no call ye ene nkrofo ansama hodo okọ anim a baby we say Ghana we spend we fed Ghana for anom dodo some 2.74 million and the feed or model lockdown. Sanse mi nyina ewo ho. The question is, Kwame the befa so hu say sika kwakosi ase. Are you satisfied with the finance minister? A year the response or the about the account or render of parliament no? Is it enough? Is it detailed? Are you comfortable with the kind of explanation or they ever ne? And the question you be saying, also be to join the conversation. A bread you di ekoso. And then penny for her, then for more bread because and then command a between the dorsal. Do nasu age in parliament.